I don't really think about that kind of thing. No, I think I would let them
Yeah.
take the lead as to whether or not they want to have a chat.
Elizabeth, I'm Tara Hitchcock. Had the pleasure of talking to you before. I know you're not a fan of following the internet, but you have to be seeing the glowing reviews that you're getting for your performance.
I've been, people have been vetting and little tiny tidbits. But yeah, for me, you know, because the other thing is we're still making it. So it's really kind of, I've never had the experience of sort of being on set and then the things picks up and the conversations and the swirling and so I live under my rock.
Yeah, well, you are just beyond outstanding. I can't get over how fantastic you are. And I'm thinking, you know, we always felt like we kind of knew her. We've seen footage, we've watched interviews as well. But I'm curious, knowing everything that you know, if you were her friend back in the day, what would you have done? Would you have tried to talk her into leaving sooner? Like, what would you have done?
Well, I don't know. It's really so difficult to say, isn't it? Because I think the thing, and it's also what Peter's exploring in this season, is the difficulty that these characters have to communicate, to feel safe to communicate, to know who to communicate and how, because they always have to be so public facing and present a kind of self that's okay, that's intact, that's fine, that's functioning. And in actual fact, it's so difficult to do that for anyone on any day, you know, but to do it in front of a camera lens your whole life is just so difficult. So I don't really know. And I also think the thing about Diana, and one of the things that we love about Princess Diana, is she understood how important communication was, and she really tried to reach people and break barriers. But it was also a different time, I think, too, where we weren't having the same conversations about mental health that we have now. We weren't speaking as openly about certain things that we do now. Sometimes I feel like it's still new that we're that people feel that they can embrace that about themselves and tell the truth about it. So,
you know, I'm curious. I asked this same question of Austin Butler because I thought he did such a wonderful job with Elvis. You've spent so much time embodying, becoming her. How long do you think it might take for you to finally release her once you are finished with season 6?
I really don't know. I don't know. I'm not quite sure how you do it, and because I've also never done a job where I play the same character for so long. So in a way, it's just, you know, you've lived in it for so like years now. So I don't know. I wonder if all the good things I've learned from being close to this character for so long will stick. I mean, I hope they will, because I've learned a lot too, a lot of really beautiful things. So,
you know, one of the beautiful things, obviously, was her relationship with her sons, and you get to see that played out, obviously, in The Crown. Have you thought about what you might say if you ever bump into those two at a party, at an event, whether they watch or not? I can't imagine they don't see footage of you literally doing such a phenomenal job playing someone they loved so dearly. Have you ever thought about what will you say if they're at an event you're at?
I don't really think about that kind of thing. No, I think I would let them take the lead as to whether or not they want to have a chat. But you know, it's very delicate territory, all of that. And but to your point, I think one of the things that was very important for me was that came through, because I think she was a remarkable mother, and so deeply loving, and so that was important to me.
Well, there's that scene where Charles says smothering and she corrects him, no mothering. And I just thought that was a really great way. I know they just wrapped me. I saw an interview quickly where your friends, the big thing they were asking you was, are you going to be able to wear that black dress, that cocktail dress? They were curious about what's resonated the most with your friends now that they've been able to see your performance.
Well, I think they felt like the way that I did it was really kind of physically very much embodying her in that moment. So I think that was a thing, but really, you know, that was really symbolic dress for so many people. And really only when people started to reach out to me and say, are you going to get to wear this dress, did I realize how much it meant to so many people in my life. So that was a big responsibility that day on set.
Well, with everything else in the series, you nailed it. Thank you so much for your time. I hope we do season 6 in person, because you're fantastic in everything you do, Elizabeth. Thank you. Congratulations on this.